let's see what your prediction are for the first movie.
Were you reading this?
No.
Okay, good. All right, so I wrote down a letter. I dated it, okay, just to make sure it's. Someone wants to go back to prove that I.
No one can falsify his dates on a Word document. It's impossible.
Exactly. I mean, yeah. Okay, so I just wrote, I'm making these predictions based on the years of references through other pop culture movies, TV shows, music, etc. Most of the information I have gleaned about Star Wars has been from Weird Al music, Robot Chicken sketches, Spaceballs the movie, epic rap battles of history, which I forgot to mention last episode, and some video games. So I have a prediction for the overarching storyline of all of Star Wars. I believe that Luke Skywalker is Anakin Skywalker's son. Anakin starts off as a really good Jedi who goes bad and becomes Darth Vader. Luke will come in to save the day and sacrifice himself for the greater good of the whole human race, or the race, just like Jesus did. Because you had mentioned that a couple times that he spaced Jesus, so I threw that in my prediction. So don't. I could be way off on this. I could be right on this. I have no idea.
I want a bit of clarification. So you're saying you got all your info from like other media, like Weird Al and Robot Chicken.
The first part of that was very much Weird Al. That was The Saga Begins.
Yes, but I just want to know, did you allow yourself like the freedom of going back and listening to those and then creating this? Or this is purely based on like the last time you listened to Weird Al, this is what you remember?
Yeah.
A long, long time ago.
Okay.
Something else I should mention too. I mean, Kyle, you and I have been friends for a long time, and one of our other friends, sometimes Star Wars comes up. And so there are some things that I might have like.
Other friends.
Remember?
Oh, the guy we play games with?
Yeah.
Benny Boy?
Benny Boy, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Benny Boy.
Never met him.
Guy we play games
with. Oh, yeah.
We've never met him. We just play games with him.
We call him Benny Boy.
Oh, Benny Boy. I sing that every time he comes online.
It's not lying.
So, also just things that you've mentioned over time that I just like have pieced together this overarching thing about Star Wars. So that's my overall prediction. We'll see how correct I am at the end of the 9 movies or whatever. So my prediction for Star Wars: A New Hope. I believe in this movie. I haven't read this since watching the movie, by the way. So
okay, but you believe in it already.
I believe in this movie, Luke Skywalker will be the main character, and he will lose his hand at the hands of his father, Darth Vader. That famous scene might actually be in the next movie, so I'll probably make this prediction. again. Princess Leia will be in this movie. Will be in this movie. She will be in a desert at some point, lost perhaps. There will be badly filmed by today's standards laser fight scenes. The Force will be used to grab someone's neck. Darth Vader's mask will come off and reveal his ugly face. Luke starts the movie with a gun, but gets Jedi'd, like being knighted.
He gets Jedi'd?
Yeah, like being knighted, and gets a lightsaber. There are actually quite a few things I got right.
That's a lot for one movie. Like, that's an absurd amount for one movie.
So, yeah. So I wasn't that far off. There's some wild stuff there, but
that's
like Luke losing his hands.
I'm not going to say how accurate you are. Well, you know how accurate you are to the first movie, but maybe some of that stuff comes up later.
I feel like some of
maybe
it does.
doesn't.
That's why, like, as I wrote it, I'm like, I know some of these things will happen, but I just don't know when. So I kind of threw them in.
You're kind of mixing up your knowledge of all 3 movies and put them into one giant movie.
Probably. So that was my prediction. So I have a prediction for each movie, so I'll read them after we watch each movie. I just remembered that I need to read my prediction of what Empire Strikes Back was going to be.
Okay.
And as a reminder, this was what I wrote down well before I watched anything. So I haven't read this in like a month. So I have to find it though. Sorry.
Do we have to stall for time, or are we just going to cut this?
Wow.
So
why don't you keep everything in your
Cultured movie theories? Okay. All right. Episode. I just gotta load. Okay. Empire Strikes Back. I feel like this should be one of the title credits, like where it's like scrolling text, where I'm reading this as like the preface to the movie,
like the crawl.
So due to Vader killing Luke in the first movie.
Wow, that was really... Oh, right, I forgot. You had like all 3 movies combined in one super movie.
I predicted Luke losing an arm or losing a hand or dying every movie for the trilogy. Or
you thought he was going to die because you saw him as a Christ figure, because I said that, even though I didn't?
Due to Vader killing Luke in the first movie, the Empire, brackets Luke's friends and country... nation, homeland, or spaceship,
planet,
something.
say planet.
Spaceship, something. Decides to plan an all-out assault. So I thought the Empire meant they were the good guys.
And they were striking back.
They were striking back from the first.
You thought the rebels were the Empire, even though there was an Empire in the.
I mean, you got the concept of it kind of right. It's just you
flip them around. It's not that unreasonable to think the rebels are the bad guys. And the Empire's the good guys. It's not unreasonable.
Yes, it is.
Well,
the Empire is always the bad guy. Empire in any fiction, the Empire is always the bad guy.
I need to look that up to see if it's true.
You should.
It's mostly true.
Okay, so R2-D2 is introduced and is the resurrected Luke's assistant. Yes, Luke will be resurrected or was shown to survive the fall down the hole. So, yeah. Luke also falls in love with Leia. But it turns out to be his sister or mother. There is a massive war at the end, including battle droids that are shown for the first time. The war looks like it ends, but sets up the movie before it finishes. Sets up the next movie. It is my prediction by random chance that this will be my favorite movie.
Hold on. Hold on. Don't close that. I need to read what you wrote there. The war looks like it ends, but it sets up the next movie before. Okay, never mind.
That's actually true. The movie does set up the next movie before.
Well, that's not a hard prediction.
But I was just gonna say that's like the.
If you watched this movie back in 1980, that would have been a hard prediction because movies didn't do that back then.
Yes.
Yeah, I had foreknowledge, obviously.
Yeah.
Your prediction.
You didn't read it. Oh.
Okay,
well, it's kind of too late, isn't it?
No.
It's if it doesn't fit, we can cut it. But also, I don't think it's too late.
It's not long anyway. It's just a quick paragraph.
I do want to hear what it is.
Me too. I wrote. You know how bad my memory can be sometimes. So there we go. Okay, found it. I paid $24 for this phone, so it's a little slower. Return of the Jedi, 1983. Luke, having died in the first and second movies.
Oh, jeez. What just happened?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Frig off.
Oh, no.
What happened?
I have no idea.
But it still recorded everything, right?
It was recording the whole thing.
Why wouldn't it record anything? What?
No.
What happened?
I don't know.
But it should have still recorded everything.
Why did it do that?
This might just have to be an audio podcast.
Yeah, put it on Spotify. Why would your phone do that, though? I don't understand.
Don't know.
If it stopped, I would have figured it would just cut recording and kept everything.
We'll deal with that.
You need to get that GoPro check.
I was thinking about it today.
Okay, so Luke, having died in the first and second movies, comes back in the third to finally beat his father, who might actually not be his father. The Sith Lord, whoever that is.
Do you know what the Sith is?
That's I just said the Sith Lord, whoever that is. I'm assuming that was Palpatine, but comes in as the new villain and overtakes Darth Vader by taking all his money from him, which reduces him to a point where he can not be protected and then killed. I don't know why his money would...
Takes all his money? They don't talk about money ever.
The returned Luke saves the day, but doesn't get the girl because she is his sister.
Wait, didn't the previous movie you predict she was his mother and now he's his sister?
I don't know, but I wrote it down here.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would you say why would you not continue that plot thread?
He sacrifices himself in the end, and that is why Kyle calls him Space Jesus. That's what I wrote.
I said that about Anakin, not Luke.
Well, I know you're talking about Anakin.
I said that when we did when I said it.
Well, at the time I thought Anakin and Luke were the same person.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. They're not. You know that now.
I do. Okay, I'm going to read my prediction for the movie. So Darth Maul is the main villain in this movie because Anakin has not yet turned into Vader. That's right. Young Anakin, whose midichlorians are off the scale, will turn into a Jedi.
When did you write this?
Before everything.
Okay. He has more information about this because it was parodied in a Weird Al song.
Yes, Saga begins.
So, like, honestly,
it's literally this movie.
I think this is mostly going to be accurate, so I don't even know, like... is there anything... Read something that is that definitely didn't happen.
Almost done it here. It's not long anyway.
Okay.
Whose midichlorians are off the scale will turn into a Jedi as voted by the Council, which I was wrong about, and sets up his rise to power as the greatest evil villain of the universe. That is, after Darth Maul dies in the next few movies. The young Anakin is asked to race in a space junk race against some adults and wins, which interests Yoda, the wisest and smallest little being in the universe.
He is not interested, by the way.
Exactly, I was wrong. Who sees his power for what it eventually will become and tries to warn the Council not to make him a Jedi. Oh, that was pretty close. Although he is secretly working on using the Force on his own. This is Anakin secretly figuring out how to use it on his own, is what I predicted, before being actually shown it. Anakin wins the space junk race, obviously. Anakin catches a glimpse of Darth Maul, but manages to escape him at the end of the movie. It is my prediction that this is the worst movie of the 9.
Well, he's not wrong, but...
Well, Attack of the Clones is coming up.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, you'll probably love that because you love this fucking movie.
All right, so here's my prediction for the movie written before I'd watched any Star Wars. This is the movie where we are introduced to Jar Jar Binks.
No.
He says the line, Misa Jar Jar Binks, who the hell are you?
Jar Jar swears in your...
I guess so. So actually, I'll explain where that comes from after. But more formally known as Mr. Binks, Jar Jar is a side character.
He's a side character, but he's the only thing
side character and pops up from time to time for comedic relief. I wasn't too far off for that. Not in this movie, but Boba Fett, the next evil villain. Wow. But not partnered with Darth Maul. Okay, is scary and has a nice pistol-type gun.
I have something to say about that gun at one point.
There is a giant war in the desert where many stormtroopers fight in and are what the clones are meant by in the title of the movie because tens of thousands of them go out to battle.
Sort of.
Anakin isn't really in this movie.
I wish he wasn't in this movie.
That's it?
That's all I wrote.
Well, not terribly off. I mean, the Jar Jar Binks stuff is crazy.
Yeah, hold on. You have to explain the Jar Jar Binks. You said you had an explanation for it.
So, my reasoning was, my brother watched these movies. So, in 2002, I would have been about 12.
Okay.
Well, I would have been exactly 12, sorry. And I couldn't remember if it was the 99 or the 2002 or when was the next one?
2005.
2005. I couldn't remember which one of those movies my brother went to see, but I remember him coming back from the movies and he was telling me like this funny character, Jar Jar Hunt. I think he was a kid too at that time. So he said the line, Mr. Jar Jar Binks, who the hell are you? And we both laughed at that so hard.
Okay.
And
he improv'd a bit.
Yeah, I mean, my brother's known for improvising his stories. So am I, apparently. But, yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to read my prediction and then I'll say. So, the Sith Lord makes Darth Vader from Anakin Skywalker and is used to defeat Boba Fett. Oh, my youth.
Yeah, before you knew better.
Darth Maul dies at the hands of Qui-Gon Jinn.
Wow, the two characters who die super early are still in the...
Yeah.
Hold on, before you continue, I feel like you just had you threw in as many buzzwords as you could that were like Star Wars buzzwords.
Yeah. What else are you supposed to do if you never saw the movies?
I guess, but you said I know what this is. Yeah.
Luke is born before the end of the movie in a sick, twisted world where Princess Leia is his mother.
You've made no edits to these since you originally...
No, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
That's everyone's going to remember that. I'm not predicting this movie from the last one. This was before I even knew anything about Star Wars. I'm really curious about the sequels, what I wrote, because I forget completely what I wrote, so I'm kind of interested.
There's lots to go on with the sequels.
She is impregnated just before Anakin becomes Darth. It wasn't Darth's choice.
She's impregnated and immediately the helmet comes out.
That's not what I meant, but that's funnier.
Did you like that?
That was a terrible Darth Vader voice.
Yeah.
That's stated.
It wasn't Darth's choice to become an evil supervillain, and the audience is made to feel sorry for him.
Yeah. Sort of.
Yeah.
There's a lot to talk about in that, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
why don't I talk about what I thought about the movie, and then we'll get into it?
okay. My reaction.
All right, I'm gonna... Oh, I didn't read my prediction for this movie yet. We should... I'm super surprised by it.
Well, there's not enough out in there to really predict anyway, so...
No, but this is based on never having seen Star Wars, so I'm curious, but...
Your phone's over
We'll read
there
it
and I
out.
can't reach it.
No, I got it.
Oh.
We'll read it out.
Which one is that?
It's just my case.
Oh.
I just gotta wait.
I was gonna say I have no clue whose phone that would be.
Okay.
If it's not one of yours,
That's a free phone for you then, Chad.
Well, this is my free treadmill out there too. That's another story, but
Oh.
I'm curious if
Uncultured
you're gonna even know
theories.
like any like characters or anything.
I probably
What if he makes up some characters? Like he makes some like this turns into fan fiction?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Star Wars The Force Awakens. There is a new villain in town, and Harrison Ford, Han Solo, is old and slow.
Yeah.
He uses his pistol instead of a lightsaber now.
Sort of.
C-3PO is the updated version of R2-D2. Oh gosh. And
How
is
little you knew.
a personal assistant of Han Solo. There are more spaceship fights now than hand-to-hand combat. Nah. New Jedi are introduced and establish the new Jedi Task Force.
The Jedi Task Force.
Space Force.
The JTF.
Oh my goodness.
Sell that to Disney Plus. They might turn that into a show. They're desperate.
So I didn't write a prediction for after
Last Jedi.
The Rise of Skywalker. I didn't write a prediction for that.
There's nothing after Rise of Skywalker.
No, I did Force Awakens and The Last Jedi.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't do Rise of Skywalker.
Well, make some fan fiction for the last one. Once we do
But look how long The Last Jedi is. Unless it's in there somewhere. We'll read it.
Anyway.
Why don't we read my prediction before we get into... so this is my prediction for The Last Jedi. This is the movie where the last remaining Jedi comes in to save the day, but it wasn't someone you'd expect. No, it's Natalie Portman in a hoodie gown. And she takes...
Hoodie gown?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You know what I got that from? When I was looking up the character names before we watched the series. And you mentioned... So I just saw a picture on her hoodie.
Yeah.
Hoodie gown, and she takes over as the new leader of the Jedis, and they defeat an evil spear dude. The villain sucks in this movie, and it is more about the Jedis fighting for the old ways of combat and power in the galaxy. I don't know.
That's actually completely wrong.
What?
That's actually... I was going to say, that's actually wrong. Fighting for the old ways is the exact opposite of the message of the movie.
It's funny that it's like... At least you picked up on like that. Like how that's like such a focus, the old ways and... all that.
And I guess but just going by title and poster was all I really went by, and so maybe that's what it was. I don't know if I recognized Luke in the poster when I did this. As a way to bring back the old guard, they rebuild R2-D2. And he helps them rediscover the old art of being a Jedi. In a Rocky-type montage scene, the Jedi are shown training, lifting boulders with the Force, fighting with lightsabers, which are out of date compared to the present-day weapons.
What's that?
I say they're fighting with lightsabers, which are out of date compared to the present-day weapons.
Yeah, sort
and
of.
Yoda comes back to train them.
Yoda does come back.
Yeah, the series ends with all evil villains being completely erased, but one is shown to have escaped, the Mandalorian. I still don't know what the Mandalorian is.
He's just a bounty hunter guy.
Should I watch the Mandalorian?
Yeah, probably. I haven't watched it, so at some point probably.
So this is what I would have looked at. I don't know if I would have known that.
You wouldn't have known that's Mark Hamill? No.
Oh yeah, that's a good poster.
I knew it before I watched this movie, but I didn't.
It's the battle there at the bottom. That's pretty cool.
That's the salt planet.
Yeah.
With the red trail.